Let's start this off by comparing two Warframes, Harrow and Rhino. They're both very strong. They both give some of the best buffs in the game. They both have good survivability with Condemn and Iron Skin. They make nearly any weapon usable in the game, and they're honestly a nice sight to see on your team. But here's the thing, shouldn't Harrow be better? I mean, Harrow can use Roar thanks to the Helminth system, which is one of Rhino's best abilities. Condemn is CC and shield gain in one ability. He has much better energy than Rhino. He prints energy essentially with Thurible. He increases fire rate and crit chance and reload speed, potentially leading to much higher DPS without considering status builds and whatnot. So why is Rhino seen as more flexible and more meta with a useless button on his one, and generally a more selfish and less impactful kit in general, in quotation marks of course? Well, welcome to Warframe School, the school for Warframe, and today's lesson is the Helminth Paradox. Now, what is the Helminth Paradox? The Helminth Paradox is a statement essentially saying that a Warframe is better when it has 3 good abilities instead of 4 good abilities. The presence of an ability that's not good lets the Warframe use the Helminth system much more effectively than those who only have good abilities based on opportunity cost. Helminth abilities are really good. There's a bevy of reasons why the Helminth system is one of the best boons any Warframe can have. You have abilities like Nourish, Gloom, Tempest Barrage, Wrathful Advance, and just a bevy of other options, Silence too. Some Warframes are completely changed by the Helminth system, right? So being able to use it effectively is honestly a very strong reason why a Warframe could be strong, obviously. But now let's compare Rhino and Harrow's use of the Helminth system. Rhino is one of the best Helminth users in the game. Unnerfed Roar means that he can subsume essentially any damaging ability and become a nuker. You especially saw this with Thermal Sunder. By the way, Roar is the reason why Thermal Sunder has a cap on the ability damage. He can support with Tempest Barrage, including the Viral Tempest augment, just AoE corrosive and viral priming everywhere, cutting enemies' EHP by a lot. He can subsume Shock and use Shock Trooper for even more damage on top of his Roar buffs. He's better at using Reave Roar and Nourish Roar than Revenant and Grendel respectively, because their abilities aren't nerfed by the Helminth system, while Roar is. Well, Nourish is nerfed by the Helminth system, but at the same time, you don't have to swallow an enemy. Kit is strong individually. There's a little synergy within his abilities that's meaningful, which means that Charge has an extremely low opportunity cost, which means that whenever he uses the Helminth system, he generally gains power, a lot of power. However, Harrow finds it very hard to use the Helminth system. I mean, his passive essentially needs Condemn or a shield gaining ability to make full use of it. 2400 overshields is a lot. Penance's duration directly scales with how many shields you have, which means that you have to use Condemn or a shield gaining ability to make the duration long. Thurible is one of the best, if not the best, energy generator in the game, which means that it can sustain the constant use of Condemn and Penance. And Covenant gives invincibility, gives crit chance. There's no need to elaborate on that. The problem is, the opportunity cost for these abilities is too great to effectively Helminth. Subsume Condemn, if you don't put on Pillage or a shield gaining ability, your shields will just stay at the cap, right? Penance, oh well, there goes your fire rate and reload buffs, and healing. Thurible, well now Harrow is an ability, now Harrow is a Warframe that needs external energy sources. And Covenant, you're not going to subsume Covenant. While there is going to be other reasons, as Warframe is an endlessly complex game, not being able to abuse one of the game's biggest systems is a huge detriment to Harrow's viability. This is the Helminth Paradox. Essentially speaking, Rhino is better than Harrow because he can abuse the Helminth system much better, which means that he can be more flexible with what he can do. Harrow can't use the Helminth system because the opportunity cost between his abilities is too great to ever use the Helminth system. Thank you and good night.